Here it is. Because here on Blizzard World, this is your first look at the San Francisco Shock playing in that 5v5 environment. Sam's gone over to the bench. We've got Proper and Kilo on the DPS line. Super picking up the tank. Finn and Violet on support. This is a nasty five-man squad.
And here's what everybody was wondering, and for the tanks as well, numerous changes that we're going to be trying to keep you updated on as well that's happened across the board to all of these roles. You can see Super flexing over to the Zarya, as you mentioned, Josh, and you're going to start to see that brawliness, I think, that was bleeding through in the prior maps. You're going to see where it's coming from when these teams are scrimming in 5v5 in this kind of play.
That's a big punish.
Yeah, Kilo ends up falling there into this fight, and it's going to give them a slight advantage to work off of, but it's a disengage, splitting up all over the place.
And Heesang has gone down. Now Super moves his way forwards. He has two bubbles to be able to work with, right? In this workshop mode, which is aiming to emulate Overwatch 2, he's got a bubble for himself and a bubble for his teammate, or he can use two for himself, two for his teammate. So keep track of that throughout the team fight.
Yeah, Max on the D right now, just trying to eat up as much damage as possible. Wants to try and salvage it as the point. Almost getting locked up here by the Shock. 93% in counting for them with that D-Mech. Could be turnable. The potential is there, but now with the Nano Boost online, well, it's layered right on top of Matthew DeLisi. He's able to make short work of any remaining players that might just be nearby. Quick little pulse bomb right onto the side. That's Finn falling, but the point's still going the way of the Shock.
Yep, there you go. Good opening team fight for the Shock.
That's bubble. Okay.
Ding, ding, ding,
So now you've got the Zarya mirror. Max moving over to replicate that on the other side, but Super is massively ahead in terms of his ult charge. Still, Discord Orb from Ho1 being focused onto Super repeatedly.
Push back off the high ground. This high ground control is vitally important all the time. Pulse bomb off to the side. It connects, but the bubbles were there. Lay it down. That's going to be eating up a ton of that damage. And Max keeping his team healthy. Now moving over off to the side. That's Super. Okay. Quick little right click into the punch. Still in a bit of trouble now.
He has an ult.
Oh, he's pushing forwards and he's pushing the advantage. That is damage being done. Does still have this Grav holding it in his back pocket. Doesn't seem like it's necessary for them just yet.
Probe has been putting out a ton of big damage headshots, but he hasn't actually been able to find those finishing blows that are necessary if you want to commit time to the Widowmaker, I think. And there's a lot of theory crafting about how good Widow would be in an environment like this, but his team's just getting pushed back as a result of it. And Proper is kind of manhandling Heesang.
It's pretty difficult, I think, to set up even as the Widowmaker player. We see the grab being committed, though. That's Max caught alone in it. What a Bionade! 0-1 ended up committing that Transcendence just to try and salvage it once more, try and heal up his teammate, but not available, not able to get through. A Death Blossom, potentially enough to end this team fight and push it forwards just over the line. Nice little seep dart into the back still. Coordination. Oh, don't
Was moved over to Cassidy here, so taking a look at the Cowboy with a brand new name.
Big Bionade off to the side. Super's going to have to back away from that one.
Super just used both of his bubbles as well, which I think opens up an opportunity for O2 Blast to move forwards.
Oh my word. Kilo brought down, slept up onto the ground, and the Cassidy shot well. Probe makes quick work of it. And it looks like the Shock, well, they had a lot of momentum at the beginning of this map. It's being slowly whittled away, though, now. That big time bank, it was 4 minutes. It's time to drift down a bit now as O2 Blast finally find their footing. Fantastic
Punish there, yeah. Really keeping track of Super's double bubbles, and then a Bionade came down that gave O2 Blast the advantage. Good play from Ho1, and a nice compositional swap. They still have Pulse Bomb and that Graviton Surge to make something happen here, as Proper just, oh my word, he just dunked on Probe.
That's an unbelievable stick, and he's managed to find that one pick advantage, but it's just traded 1-for-1. Shock ended up losing a player just a little bit earlier into this fight. And again, both teams just trying to find flanks, trying to find those advantages, but the big ultimates are now online. And Maxwell, he's let it unleashed, pulse bomb into it. It's a classic age-old combo. You might be seeing that time and time again as well when we get around to Overwatch 2 being played on the big stage. Now the rally coming through, and Brigitte, a hero with a tremendous amount of changes in this workshop mode. She's been really amplified in terms of the damage how much she's able to give, and look at that dash back. It's like teleported back. That was Violet
twice the range. It is absurd. But actually, O2 Blast are in a bit of a rough position here. Proper's deep in the backlines. If they can punish him, that would be amazing. No recall available whatsoever. They need Super to take some space forwards, and he does. He lands the grab. Bubble comes down, isolates Max, and Finn finishes him off with that Bionade.
And the amount of damage that's coming through, man, it feels so difficult to survive. The support's under constant pressure. You can see 0-1 just caught into the corner.
And they do have that buff, right? The supports are playing with 10 HP per second regen, but you have to have 3 seconds of taking no damage.
Yeah.
And these fights are just going on and on.
And this could be it. The final moment they were looking for now as they're looking to try and push it all the way to the end.
Nano on the
Blizzard
Reaper.
World, nice little dodge there off the flash. And now we see it. The Death Blossom, it gets 2. Nice little combo there with the Nano Boost layered on top of it. And the Shock, well, they're just cleaning up whatever stragglers they can find as the cart will get pushed in 2 minutes in their time bank.
I'm going to be honest with you. I theoretically just think that that sounds like hell on earth because you're going to get flanked from all angles, but
surely you're going to get swarmed.
But maybe it doesn't work like that. Maybe all of the, you know, the help that the tanks have in this redesign allows Rhine to be playable.
Yeah, we'll certainly find out. They
Obviously,
are on the defense side here, but it's not like you have a tank to try and back you up. You obviously have been buffed in that capacity. All the tanks have across the board. We'll see what he can do. 2 Fire Strike charges, of course, as well. That's what he's got in his back pocket, but already they've lost Finn.
Yeah, and that's all of Super's healing, and he just gets overwhelmed. I mean, a bit of a rough beginning, but I don't think that's due to the... Oh my word, Proper just dunked on Heesang again. He just gave him the Tracer diff.
Dude, this is such a good preview of what might be to come. If you're a Shock fan and you're just watching Proper absolutely tear people's heads off.
Yeah. But what I was saying was, the Super Reinhardt there was kind of let down by the fact that his main supportive element got picked so early on. There's no way you're going to keep the Rhine alive without an Ana.
Well, off to the side, Sleep Dart comes through, potential for a charge, off to it. No, the whip shot, that's going to be disrupting it, so sent straight into the wall. Still swinging away. Look at the damage as well. Not afraid to just go toe-to-toe with anybody who's facing him, and look at that. That's a Nano Boost applied to Max. He almost got brought down. He was so low. I think that was a Bionade denying it, but the counter Nano. Super runs over them. No speed boost in play, of course, but enough damage.
Although I've got to say, that doesn't feel like the biggest problem right now that O2 Blast are dealing with. It's the way that Super is being kept alive by Finn.
Oh, yeah.
I say that just as... Okay, I say the Widowmaker isn't the biggest problem as Kilo rips 2 heads off, so maybe it was.
Yeah. And you're starting to see it, man. The DPS players, they have a bit more agency with this workshop mode. It's
Are you telling me Overwatch is an FPS game again?
I think it might be an FPS game again. I think we might be getting treated to an FPS game again. Whether you love it or hate it, that's what we're going to be getting. I mean, the DPS players are popping off. Post-bomb off to the side. Violet, too much pressure on him. He will fall, and that's no transcendence now for this fight. But once again, Nano Boost onto Super, swinging through them.
Who does he go for?
A pick. That is a fantastic defense matrix eat there from Max.
And also, Aiden, he tried to run down, but he just shield bashes away.
They've rotated around. They've gone the old loop-to-loop. Super has been completely disjointed from the rest of his team. It's all eyes, I think, as well onto Kilo.
I feel like the DPS diff is very firmly going in favor of the Shock, though. Kilo just recently got the kill on Probe. Just trying to bully Max a little bit as the Discord Orb goes onto him. And hello. Actually, that is a great response from Probe, giving his team the advantage.
And the heals just couldn't come through there. Did you notice that, actually? Straight into the backline. That's Max eating up all the shots. Violet couldn't be healed when that backline was just being approached in that manner.
Really nice play there. Brig is much more of kind of an offensive disruptor kind of healer.
Yeah.
You're seeing Aiden be able to get up in people's faces, do a bit of damage, interrupt. The bash now does 50 damage in this workshop mode and then just get out.
Shields as well, I believe.
Here comes the initiation. That might force out an ult from Violet.
It does.
Yes, he got caught.
Transcendence dropped down, but he sang well. That's a great pulse bomb into the back with Finn removed again. No more heals. No more Bionades to try and turn these team fights.
Whoa,
deep charge.
He's Tokyo drifting.
He's actually so agile.
But now he's stuck there. He's asleep.
Yep. Well, that's less than ideal. Less than ideal. That's okay though.
You know what's mad here too?
Kilo wants to see if he can get a pick. He is very low. Has to use the Ray Form to disengage. They'd love a D-Mech there onto Max just to set them forwards, but it seems that it's again a struggle to get that foothold. In fact,
How on earth?
The post-bomb kill onto Proper. He's playing Tracer, man.
That is mad, and Probe with a lovely headshot as well to take down Kilo and punish him as he had the nano boost equipped. This is going to be a lightning fast cap for O2 Blast. Sure, not quite as quick as the Shock set themselves, but a ton of time looking like there's going to be on the point.
Yeah, great job being able to make a bit of a comeback and mount it as well after being shoved in that choke point. But can they try and convert it? Can they get it all the way to the finish line here?
Another big bio.
It was a big bio nade. Bit of purging going on there with the shield. Still super so low, and the heals just can't come through in time. Post bomb off to the side. Proper. Well, he tried his best with the ultimate committed, but not enough. O2 Blast. All
Player with big impact at the front.
Yeah, in theory, you know, the Zenyatta pick, it should work out quite well if you're up against the Zarya mirror. You know, you have that big defensive ultimate to help against the big offensive ultimate, the grab.
Oh, Aiden just blasted Kilo with a long shot there.
Okay, straight down.
Great opening play.
Yeah.
That one helps playing from the high ground. Yeah, it's kind of like Heesang is going for the Shock backline and Proper's trying to stop him. That's what we've seen so far on Blizzard World.
There's push and pull happening. Well, not much time left now. On down to 30 seconds. Probe on the Cassidy.
And there will be no ults here.
Yeah. Has to hammer the shots home.
How do you get this advantage? It just has to be Heesang.
It has to be a pick, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's Finn. I think it's all about keeping Finn alive, and Violet is going to be able to peel now that he's back on the break.
Ooh, it's going to be the half pack grabbed up. Proper. He's so low. Has to dodge and weave up to the high ground.
Great move.
Big Bionade onto Violet into the backline, but is there anyone who can try and capitalize off of that? It could have been a massive advantage for them, but still, the Shock holds strong.
And that's the Tracer diff again.
Yeah, Tracer diff materializing in front of our very eyes, and you can see it. The team fight just topples. That one singular pick is all they need.
Yeah, it's an interesting look for them. Round in the SF Shock and O2 Blast show match presented by AMPM. So let's take a look. Super's on the Hog.
Yeah, Super on the Hog. I mean, this is a classic pick. Everybody remembers it. The Super Hog that was pulled out during the playoffs.
Now, the Hog just benefits from all of these passive buffs to the tanks in the workshop.
Extra 100 health, extra healing received as well, so it's essentially he has
less of an ult sponge, 25% less ult sponging.
Yeah. All layered on top of that. Now Proper's actually sleeping on the job at the back, but Heesang did 4, so it's going to be the 1-for-1 trade. Tracer game, but it's the O2 Blast. They need to try and hold this on. Only a single tick in the hooks. You can see the damage is coming through from them. Even the bubbles just can't save you there. It's one after the other, and the San Francisco Shock, well, easy pickings for them. That's going to be the map win for them, and that is going to be our show match here. The San Francisco